In Commissioner Eckert's box today, John Ricardo, Byron Nichols, Dick Forbes, and with a light raincoat with the glasses, Joe Reichler, also at the Commissioner's office, and Charlie Seeger. One strike to Orlando Cepeda, who hit a two-run homer in the first inning. Leading the series now and runs batted in with 6, fouls it upstairs. 0-2. If you joined us late, Brock didn't waste any time starting the Cardinals off. He doubled to left in the first. After Javier grounded out, Kurt Flood singled to right, scoring Brock, and then Cepeda pumped the home run into the left field seat. That's been the scoring so far. Cepeda strikes out on 3 pitches. Lolich records his third strikeout. Mike Shannon up. Well, since that rocky start by Lolich, he's settled down. Let's see, 2, 5, 8, 9. He's retired 8 of the last 9 men he's faced. Mike Shannon batting .333 in the series. A slow curve is a strike. That brought some oohs and ahs. Fouls a breaking pitch off again. That slow curveball. That's a pitch that looks like he could grab a bat in the stands and run out and hit. But it's not that easy.
You could, Kurt, if you weren't looking for the fastball.
Right.
And after you've committed yourself, as you've got to do on nearly every pitch, it's a tough one to hit.
2 strikes. 1 out, nobody on. The Cardinals ahead 3-0 in the 4th inning. That makes the count 1-2. Tim McCarver's on deck. Lolich pitching 1-2. Ball hit down the first baseline. Cash is hot right over his glove. There goes Shannon down to second. And we'll see how they score that one. Mike Shannon winds up at second. There's 1 out. And an error has been charged on Norman Cash, failing to come up with that ground ball off the bat of Shannon. The Tigers now have made 9 errors in the series. The Cardinals have made 1. One of the reasons the Cardinals are leading 3-1. McCarver took a call third strike his first time. Looks at the curve for ball 1. Ron Davis on deck. Two and nothing. That's Shannon at second. There's 1 out. Lolich behind in the count, 2-0. Tim McCarver of Memphis, Tennessee. The 2-0 pitch to him. Now it's ball 3. Lolich has not walked the batter yet, but he's 3-0 to McCarver. 3 balls, no strikes. All 4, says umpire Harvey. McCarver goes to first. Shannon's on second. 1 away. Right-handed batter Ron Davis comes up. Davis tapped out to the pitcher his first time. Playing Davis about 3 steps to left. That fastball tailing away from the right-hander. That had something on it. Shannon at second, McCarver at first, 1 out. One strike pitch, fouls it back. Now it's no balls and 2 strikes to Ron Davis. Davis lives in Portsmouth, Virginia. He came to the Cardinals from Houston in June in a trade for outfielder Dick Simpson and pitcher Hal Gilson, who went to Duke University. The 2-strike pitch, curve is hit to straightaway center. Northrup coming in, waiting, makes the grab. Runners hold, 2 down. And Dal Maxwell, the batter. Popped up his first time. So it's 3 runs, 4 hits to the Cardinals, no runs, 1 hit for the Tigers in the 4th inning. Both runners had good leads, nearly a wild pitch. That was hooked off the fingertips of Mickey Lolich. Not holding at first against McCarver. He'll get a big lead there. There's Shannon getting his lead at second. A curve is a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. The Tiger bullpen is quiet now. It warmed up twice early in the 1st inning and again in the 3rd. 1-1 pitch. Maxwell fouling it back, and the count is 1-2. '29-year-old Dal Maxwell. Strikes out. Lolich really toughened up now since the 1st. No runs for the Cardinals. They had no hits. There was 1 Tiger error, and the Cardinals left 2. At the end of 3 1/2, St. Louis 3, Detroit nothing.
If you've been looking for a lime shaving cream that's not too sweet, Gillette Foamy has what you've been looking for. Because Gillette Foamy has this. The lemon lime. It's part lemon, part lime. The essence of the lemon keeps the tang in the lime. And that keeps this shaving cream from smelling too sweet. Gillette Foamy with lemon lime. Wait till your face gets a taste of it.
Take razor in right hand. Right hand. Now press button A.
You'd think to change your old Techmatic razor into our new adjustable Techmatic might be a big deal. But But all you do is take out your old cartridge and put in our new one. It not only has all the advantages of the old Techmatic, but it now adjusts for a closer shave. You also get one other little satisfaction. You did it all yourself.
All right, let's see if we can find Tony around the ballpark somewhere.
Here I am, Kurt. I have with me the director of Baseball's Hall of Fame in Cooperstown, New York, Mr. Ken Smith. Kenny, I know you're here to pick up some baseball mementos. Have you done any good yet?
Yes, we already have a dandy. We had Bob Gibson's glove. Directly after he pitched that great game in St. Louis, I got the glove the next day, and it was sent to Cooperstown directly by courier and has been on view in Cooperstown all weekend.
You and baseball work fast.
Oh, we certainly do. We keep up with all the modern boys.
Thank you, Kenny Smith. Let's go back upstairs.
Mickey Stanley starts it off for the Tigers in the last of the fourth inning. Ball one, and Bryles fell down. That's an unusual sign. Very rarely see a pitcher fall flat on his face like that. Strike to Stanley. Tigers have scored 2 runs in the last 18 innings here at Tiger Stadium against the Cardinals. Stanley flying out his first time. Breaking pitch low and away, and the count is 2-1. They just are not getting any runs. Stanley, Kaline, and Cash this inning. After the high fastball and fouls it away. 2-2. Nelson Bryles defeated every opposing National League club in 1968 except the Mets. He was consistent both at home and away, had winning record, winning 8-4 in St. Louis, winning 11, losing 7 on the road. His 2-2 pitch to Stanley. There's a drive down the right field line. It's a fair ball. Stanley on his way to second and may come for 3 to throw to Javier. Javier holds the ball, and Stanley has a triple. Out in that right field corner, that ball bounded away from Ron Davis by the time he picked it up and fired into Javier. Stanley, who could run, got into third. Now the Tiger fans come to life. They're starting to pick up some hope. They were downcast after the first inning when the Cardinals broke with 3 runs, but Lolich has settled down. Here's Kaline. He struck out his first time. Tigers have a runner on third, nobody out. Fastball strike from Kaline. Mickey Stanley at third. That was the first triple for the Tigers in the series. That low fastball makes it 0-2. Stanley at third, no outs. 3-0 St. Louis, last of the fourth inning. Woo-hoo. That was close. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bryles is feeding K-Line's fastball, 3 in a row. K-Line's a good breaking ball hitter. A 1-2 pitch. And down he goes. Stanley holds at third. It's a fair ball. K-Line trying to get out of the way. Tapped it out in front of the plate. Stanley's on third. They were watching to see what Stanley was going to do. K-Line is out. And Norm Cash comes up. Now we had the pitcher fall down and the batters are down. This 5th game of the series being brought to you live and in color by NBC, where America watches more sports than on any other network. Norm Cash lined a single, a long single off the right center field fence his first time, where Kurt Flood played to carry him and held him at first. He missed the home run by about a foot. He bounds that one foul down the first base line. Stanley on third, 1 down. Cardinals have 3 runs, 4 hits. The Tigers, no runs, 2 hits. This is the last of the 4th inning. This is Kurt Gowdy with George Kell and Tony Kubek. NBC hopes you've been enjoying the World Series. One and one. Tiger fans yelling, go, go, go. High fly should score the run. Coming over to handle it is Brock. Tagged by Stanley. And he's in there. Long throw by Brock, though. Good throw by him.
He was a long way out there, Kurt, and it looked like he had no chance to get him. He made a good throw to the plate. It wasn't close, but he made a fine effort.
A sacrifice fly for Cash, a run batted in, and the Tigers are on the scoreboard. It's St. Louis 3 and Detroit 1. Willie Horton wrapped into a double play with a smash down the third base line his first time up. So the Tigers now have 2 down, nobody on. Playing Horton deep and way over to left in the outfield. Fouls it back. We'll take a look out there at Kurt Flood. He's nearly on the warning path for Horton. And Brock's just a couple of steps in front of the warning path to the left. One strike to Horton, 2 down, nobody on. One and one to him. And as we look at that infield, Javier's over by second base, as you see. One and one. Fly ball in the deep right center, and that ball is going to be bounding around out there. Horton is coming on. Here's the throw, and he is in with a triple.
Here's a replay of it, a long belt in the deep right center. This is the deepest part of this park. And Willie Horton, with some very daring base running here, goes in head first and just does beat the relay, as you can see. Just the throw a little off to the right, or he'd have been out.
George, that was a gamble play with 2 down. We could score from second on a base hit. Goes into third. So Willie Horton is crippled. And when we showed you that outfield, how they were swung around, way around to left center, Horton got that ball in an open gap in right center. Jim Northrup bounced out. So a triple. A sacrifice fly and now a triple. And the Tigers trying to battle back, have their fans roaring here, and the Cardinals are going to get some action in their bullpen. Steve Carlton, rangy left-hander, starting to warm up. The first pitch to Northrup's a strike. Tigers have hit some balls hard today off Riley, but have only one run. 1-1 to him. There are 2 outs. Willie Horton at third. 3-1 St. Louis. Ground ball to Javier. Takes a bad hop. And in to score is Willie Horton. And now the Tigers are 1 run down. Just as Javier went to field that, it hit something out there and took the bad hop over his head. A base hit for Northrop and a run batted in.
Here's a replay of it. You can see Javier ready to get it. The ball hit something, bounded up. He just got his glove on it, and it scooted into right center field.
Bill Freehan hit a long fly to left. And when it left the bat, looked like it might go, but it was held up by the crosswind today, blowing from third to first. 2 down, runner on first. It's a curve strike. So now it is the Cardinals 3 runs, 4 hits. The Tigers 2 runs, 4 hits. One strike to Freehan. It's low and away to him, a ball. 1-1. Carlton has quickened his warm-up pace in the bullpen, throwing as fast as he can. And he's ready, I believe, now if they need him. 1-1 pitch. Curve again. Low for ball 2, 2-1. The Feta says, come on, let's get this fellow out. Well, the game started out as another Cardinal romp, and now we've got something going here in Detroit. 2-1 to Freehan. Ball 3, high and in tight. 3-1. Jim Northrup at first, 2 down. 3-1 pitch. A high fly into right field. Ron Davis is coming over for it. Makes the catch, and the Tigers are retired in the 4th. But they got 2 runs on 3 hits. No errors, 1 left. At the end of 4, St. Louis 3, Detroit 2.
You see that statue? They picked me to bring it in.
I handle my cranes with finesse.
As long as I don't get Dodge fever, no sweat. Right?
Right. It's a thing of beauty, isn't it? 1969 Dodge Charger SE. Charger excitement in a stunning new special edition. Packed with extras that aren't extra on this one.
So far, so good.
In here, a world of vinyls and leathers and wood grain luxury. A new front grille just for looks, and an optional 440 Magnum V8 just for kicks.
Easy. Oh, no.
Charger's special edition for 1969. It's why Dodge Fever is more smashing than ever.
Dodge is turning up the fever now.
We pause briefly for station identification. We're going to the top of the fifth inning. The Cardinals scored 3 runs in the first. When Brock doubled, Flood singled him in, and Cepeda hit a home run. Since then, Mickey Lolich has allowed just 1 hit, a single by Brock. And the Tigers have come up with 2 runs in the fourth. So your totals are 3 runs, 4 hits, no errors for the Cardinals, 2 runs, 4 hits, 1 error for the Tigers. Nelson Briles struck out his first time. It'll be Briles, Brock, and Javier this inning. Curve strikes to Briles. Mickey Lolich has 4 strikeouts, 1 walk, has given up 4 hits. Blew the fastball by him. Nothing in 2. Just got a piece of the curve. Lou Brock on deck. No balls, 2 strikes. 1 and 2. There he is. 2 and 2 now. Nobody on, nobody out. And the 2-2 pitch. 5 strikeouts for Lolich. He said, well, I'm tired of messing around with this fellow. Get that fastball in there to him. Brock has doubled and singled. Now batting .556 in this World Series. He's had 10 hits and 18 times. He was thrown out attempting to steal in the third when he was going for a record. As the Tigers pitched out on him and got him. St. Louis ahead 3-2 in the fifth. There's a drive in the deep left center. Willie Horton going over. Brock's on again. Horton up with it. Throwing in, and Brock now has 2 doubles and a single in this game. How can a man get any hotter in the World Series than this fellow does, George, last year and this year?
Kurt, he's a great hitter and a great ball player, but everything's breaking right for him. He's showing me a little something here right now. Against right-handers, he seems to pull the ball, and against left-handers, he absolutely refuses to pull unless it's an inside slow pitch. He's going away with Lolich all the time, and this is the mark of a good hitter.
Brock on second, 1 out. Javier has grounded out the shortstop twice. In the batter's box with a .353 series average. 3-2 St. Louis. They now have 5 hits, and the Tigers have had 4. Line drive in the left. Horton's up with it. Brock's being waved around. The throw by Horton, and he is safe. Out! He's out! They call him out of the plate. Joe Schultz arguing the third base coach. Brock trying to score on a hard line drive single into left. And I believe they're arguing that he missed the plate there. Red Shane Dees is looking down. Just about any other player would have held up at third. But Brock just kept coming on a hard line drive single in the left. Let's take a look at it on a rerun.
Here's a replay of it. Willie Horton has a good arm now. He doesn't throw real hard, but he's accurate, and here's the throw coming in, and you can judge for yourself right here. As Freehand takes the ball just as Brock gets there, and he did not touch the plate. As you can see, he hit about 3 inches in front, just as Doug Harvey said he did. Well, you know, these umpires, they amaze you with these calls, Kurt. Watch it now. Doug Harvey pointed right in front of the plate, and you can see as he plants his foot there that he is just in front of it. He did not touch the plate.
Kurt Flood pops it over by the Cardinal dugout and out of play. Javier's on first. There are 2 down, and Brock thrown out by left fielder Willie Horton. 2 down. Flood has looped the single to right and grounded out. The way Brock went in there standing up, it looked like he'd run by the tag. The ball, but when they all came out, as you saw, and were pointing, and then Shades was even looking down there. And then as George explained to you on the rerun, that foot of his just missed the front of the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. Javier on first. Foul back. And this one has been the most exciting of the World Series games so far, of action on the bases, hitting. The bench suddenly turning around. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Flood. 2 down, Javier at first. 5th inning, 3-2 St. Louis. Lolich drives him back.
Kurt, we've seen Lou Brock thrown out on an attempted steal and thrown out at the plate, and this doesn't happen very often.
1-2. High fly, left center. Willie Horton is calling for it. Cardinals are out in the 5th. No runs, 2 hits. There were no errors, 1 left. Halfway. At the end of 4.5, St. Louis 3, Detroit 2.
In this remote part of Canada, people depend on the river. And by river, regularly as clockwork, Canadian Imperial Bank of Commerce brings banking service to them. The SS Jean-Briand is just one of the more than 1,350 commerce branches in this country. It's typical of commerce determination to make your banking convenient. Think how handy your own commerce branch is. Here's why. Because the commerce has more branches than any other bank on this continent.
Bank of Commerce, Bank of Commerce.
One of the world's great banks.
Quickly, let's go downstairs.
Kurt, I'm talking to Sid Hartman, the top sports writer of the Minneapolis Tribune. Sid, this Tiger team doesn't look like it's dead to me.
That's for sure. You know, Tony, they look ready against the Twins all year. McLean was 6-0, and they just handled us all year. The last 2 innings, they looked like the Tigers. They looked against the Twins again. I don't think they're dead. I think they still can come back.
Sid Hartman, thank you so much. Let's go back upstairs.
All right, now let's get over for the last half of the game, the play-by-play by the Tigers telecaster, George Kell.
Thanks, Kurt. And here's the first pitch to Don Wirt. It's down low. 1 ball, no strike. Wirt walked his first time at bat. That was in the 3rd inning. High pop fly. Maxville shades his eyes. Wind brought that one back to the infield quickly. So Wirt is out number 1 on a pop-up to the shortstop.
You know, George, that Maxville now, I think, has played in 19 series games, and he's never made an error in the World Series.
Hard to believe, but you watch him and you can believe it, Kurt. quite a shortstop. Here's Mickey Lolich. He struck out in the third inning. One strike to Mickey. We're in the fifth. The Cardinals lead the Tigers by a score of 3-2. Cardinals got 3 in the first. The Tigers came back with 2 in the fourth inning. 1 ball and 1 strike to Mickey Lolich. Strike, fastball right in. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 3 runs on 6 hits and no errors for the Cardinals. The Tigers have 2 runs, 4 hits, and they've committed 1 error. The 1-2 pitch. Curveball is outside, and it's 2-2. Shot from center field, as you can see McCarver flashing the signs. Curveball outside. 3-2 to Mickey. Lolich had a home run off Riles in game number 2, and Nelson throwing a lot of curves to Mickey today. Here's the payoff pitch. Foul ball. This one back into the upper deck. A beautiful, sunshiny afternoon here in Detroit. Another sellout crowd. The 3-2 pitch. He struck him out. Mickey Lolich went for the fastball, and he strikes out. There's 3 strikeouts in this game for Nelson Riles. 2 down, and the batter will be Dick McCullough. Dick is wide to center and bounced to the third baseman. One strike to Dick. He had a good swing at a fastball. Foul tipped it back. Tigers have hit the ball hard off Riles today. Cash just missed a home run with a long single. Here's the pitch. Down low. That one was close. 1 ball, 1 strike. Willie Horton screamed one down the third baseline that Shannon turned into a double play. Freehand missed a home run when the wind got his. Got the slow curve by him. I believe that's the first time today that Riles has changed up. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 outs. Nobody on. We're in the fifth. The Cardinals lead 3-2. Inside. That evens the count at 2-2. We've had action today in both bullpens.
Come on, Rob.
Here's the pitch coming up to McCullough. Outside. And Riles didn't like that one. He wanted it. He thought he nipped the outside corner, but Doug Harvey gave the sign, and now he's explaining it to Red Schoendienst in the Cardinal dugout. Full count to McCullough. This fellow's got good power. A curve, and it's in there for a strike. Riles came in with a 3-2 curveball, and he got it over. No runs in the inning, no hits, no errors, none left, and the score at the end of 5. The Cardinals 3 and the Tigers 2.
Introducing your next car, the great new Chrysler. Outside it, the surface of the road and the shifting, ever-changing elements. Heat. The wind. Water and noise. The uncontrolled elements. Inside your next car, a controlled environment. A quiet cockpit where miniature memory systems monitor and complement your every driving habit.
Your next car is here.
The controlled environment is here. In your next car, the great new Chrysler.
We pause now for station identification. This is the CBC television network.
And Tim McCarver. Cardinals 3 and the Tigers 2 here in the top of the sixth. This fellow right here accounted for 2 of the 3 Cardinal runs in the first inning when he hit a 2-run homer. Cepeda has a home run, and he struck out in the 4th inning. Mickey Lolich getting ready. 1 strike. He foul-tipped that one into the mid of Freehand. Cepeda hit a curveball for a home run. Lolich struck him out on a fastball in the 4th inning. Down low with the curve. 1 ball and 1 strike. You can see Governor Romney of Michigan in the background here. Seated right next to the Tiger dugout. There's a high foul that'll be out of play back on the roof. 1 ball and 2 strikes. We've got another sellout here today, and it should be the same attendance, Kurt, we've had the first 2 days. 53,634. Needless to say, tickets have been at a premium here in Detroit. The 1-2 pitch coming up. Just missed on the inside, and it's 2-2. Lolich a little dissatisfied with that one. He didn't say anything, just sort of shook his head at Doug Harvey. Lolich very rarely argues on a pitch. Down low, and it's 3-2. Well, it was 3-2 in the first inning when Lolich delivered a curve and Cepeda hit it into the left field seats. We'll see what he throws 3-2 here. Fastball, and he pops it up into shallow right field. K-line is coming on, and the old pro puts it away. No more curves, I guess, for Cepeda. He drilled him in on the fist with a fastball. That's 1 away, and the batter will be the third baseman, Mike Shannon. Mike flied to center field in the first inning. He was safe on an error by Norman Cash in the 4th. Tall, good-looking fellow. Down low. 1 ball, no strike. It's a top-coat crowd here in Detroit. I would imagine the temperature is around 60 degrees. This one's foul into the Tiger dugout.
Except for one place, George, out in those bleachers. They're really soaking up the sun out there, and we see some white shirts out there.
That's right. 1 ball, 1 strike. Got the fastball by him. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Well, with the exception of the first inning, and with the exception of Lou Brock, Lolich has been tough. Sonny Elliott says it's 62 degrees. Just phoned the Weather Bureau. 1-2 pitch. Bouncing ball to shortstop. Mickey Stanley sidearms it over to Cash, and he's out. Boy, this crowd is still amazed at the way Mickey Stanley has moved into that shortstop position and taken over. This kid has got to be given all the credit in the world. World Series. And he moves to a tough position like that, Kurt.
Everybody thought that there would be so much pressure on him that it might blow him up completely for the series. He acts like they did him a favor.
They did him a favor when they let him play. I know that because, boy, he wants to play anywhere. Tim McCarver, the batter, with 2 outs and nobody on in the 6th inning. Takes it outside. 1 ball, no strike. Tim struck out in the 1st inning and walked in the 4th. Ron Davis in the on-deck circle. We've got a dandy here at Tiger Stadium today. A 3-2 ball game. Cardinals in front. Curveball in there. A ball and a strike to McCarver. There's Mickey Lolich, and this is Mayo Smith, the Tiger manager. There's a drive to right. K-line is there, puts it away. McCarver hit the ball hard, but straight to K-line in right field. No runs, no hits, no arrows, none left, and the score as we go into the bottom of the 6th, the Cardinals 3 and the Tigers 2.
Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, feel confident. Stay dry with new Right Guard Antiperspirant, a completely new product from Right Guard. Right Guard Antiperspirant is a new defense against perspiration. It contains a tested agent that checks perspiration wetness. Feel confident. Stay dry. Get new Right Guard Antiperspirant in the silver can.
Give me a dozen lemon limes.
What?
Lemon limes.
Look, I can give you lemons or limes, but there's no such thing as a lemon lime.
No? Well, what do you call this? Gillette Foamy with lemon lime. Oh, smell it. It's not sweet like plain lime. The lemon keeps it tangy. See that? Gillette Foamy with lemon lime. Now could you give me a dozen lemon limes?
Sure, mister. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
We've got Mr. Cub here, Ernie Banks. Ernie, you played against Brock. I heard you used to step on his toe when he got on first base.
Well, I tried to. I tried to actually trip him up before he took off for second base, but he's a great ball player, Tony.
The Tigers look tough.
They are. They're really coming back. They have a lot of momentum going now, and it looks like it's going to be a great ball game.
Ernie Banks, we're looking forward to seeing you in the World Series someday. Let's get back upstairs.
Here's the pitch to Mickey Stanley, and he takes it up high. 1 ball, no strikes. Mickey had a triple his last time up, and he scored the first Tiger run. He's 1 for 2 today. It'll be Stanley, K-line, and Cash leading off here in the 6th for the Tigers. Down low, and it's ball 2 and no strike. Cardinals lead by 1, bottom of the 6th inning. They've out-hit the Tigers 6-4. Here's the pitch. Fly ball, center field. Should be an easy play for Kurt Flood. Mickey Stanley is out on a fly to center, and the batter is K-line. Kurt, you mentioned a moment ago that K-line had never played a day in the minor leagues. Every man in the Tiger lineup today with the exception of Norman Cash, has been signed by Jim Campbell and his crew and developed right from Tiger Town to Tiger Stadium.
The Cardinals have an interesting story on their side with some of the trades they've made.
Kaline takes the curve down low, and they traded a man out of their farm system to get Norman Cash, so you might say they were all developed.
As I say, you have to grow them yourself.
The pitch to Kaline. There's a base hit to left field. Al Kaline waited on the fastball, and he drilled it to left field. Well, this big crowd comes to life as the Tigers have the tying run at first base with only one out in the sixth inning. And the Cardinal bullpen is going to come alive.
George, getting back to that farm system, you look out there in the field right now, and Brock, Flood, Javier, and Cepeda came to the Cardinals from other ball clubs and trades they made.
Norman Cash, the batter. He's had a single and a sacrifice fly today. Batted in a run. One strike. Norman's single, this is Willie Horton in the on-deck circle. Norman Cash single just missed being a home run by a foot or less. A line drive that hit the top of the fence. Steve Carlton throwing down in the bullpen. He was warming up earlier for the Cardinals. Cash takes it outside. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. A single by Kaline was hit number 5 off Riles. Cardinals have 6 off Mickey Lolich. This big crowd waiting. They know with one swing of the bat that Norm Cash can put the Tigers in front. Outside. Ball 2 and strike 1. Javier has called time for a moment. He wants to adjust his sunglasses. Got a few clouds floating by right now, and the sun is peeping in and out. Norman Cash waiting on the 2-1 pitch from Nelson Briles. Kaline at first, 1 out. Down low. Ball 3 and strike 1. Norman Cash seeming to be a very relaxed young man. And this is Nelson Briles looking in to get the sign. The 3-1 pitch. Outside. Norman Cash gets the walk, and that brings Billy Muffet out of the Cardinal dugout. Billy, the pitching coach of this ball club, and very hurriedly coming out to the mound. As Kurt pointed out to you the other day, this is the way he pitched. He hurries to the mound, and when he was a pitcher, well, he got the ball and drilled it right back. And his conversation, Kurt's the same way.
Well, we've got Horton up there, the right-hander. Northrop Sondeka, left-hander. Imagine if Horton does something. Hart will be ready to come in against the left-hander.
And he might be in there anyway. They might not want Briles to pitch to the left-hander. But that remains to be seen.
Now they're warming up a right-hander. Just got out. Looks like Willis, George.
It is. Ron Willis throwing with Carlton. Willie Horton hit into a fast double play his first time up. He hit the ball hard. Shannon made a good play on him. Then he hit a triple and scored a run in the 4th inning. Briles getting ready. Ball, it's in tight. 1 ball, no strike. Bryles got the first batter this inning, Stanley, on a fly to center. Gave up a single to Kaline and a walk to Cash. This one's tapped down the first baseline. Cepeda will make the play to first base unassisted. Bryles took something off the curveball, and Willie hit it on the end of the bat and just dribbled it down the first baseline. So now the Tigers have runners at second and third with 2 out, and the batter is Jim Northrup. He had a single and a run batted in his last time up, and a base hit here could put the Tigers in front. And they're going to put him on. Northrup's going to get the intentional pass.
Bill Freehand's on deck, George, and if he's ever going to get a hit in this series, now will be the time for him to do it.
Well, what do they say about the law of averages and being due and all that, Kurt? Certainly that would apply to Bill Freehand.
He's gone 14 times without a hit, and here he is now with the bases loaded. 2 down, and the Tigers 1 run behind.
Here's something unusual, too, Kurt. This fellow's being given a standing ovation right now. They don't quit on Bill Freehand in Detroit. And something else, very seldom do you see anybody walk to get to Bill Freehand. This fellow's a very determined young man. Bases loaded, 2 outs in the 6th inning. The Cardinals lead by 1. Bryles against Freehand. Ooh, did he burn the fastball by him, and Freehand had a good swing at it. Mayo Smith taking his cap off. Boy, he wants this one badly, as do all the Tigers. A 1-strike count to Freehand. One ball and 1 strike. Bryles is throwing harder right now than he has at any time in this ball game. You can see the base runners. Northrop at first, Cash at second, Kaline at third, 2 outs. Cardinals lead by 1 run in the 6th inning. Here's the pitch. The fastball by him. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nelson Bryles going to the fastball here against Bill Freehand. Notice how Bill is right up on top of the plate. He said he was going to hit up there today. Bryles taking a little time. Here's the pitch. Ground ball to the shortstop. Easy play for Maxwell as he slips it over to second. So the Tigers threaten and fail to score. No runs on 1 hit. There were no errors. 3 left. And the score at the end of 6, the Cardinals 3 and the Tigers 2. Action.
Dodge Fever saves the day. He's lost his head over Dodge Coronet.
Dodge Coronet, Design 69, proving it costs less than you'd think to go first class on a 117-inch wheelbase. Coronet, trim enough outside to handle quickly, easily, big enough inside to handle a crowd in comfort. 17 Coronets to choose from, including the Coronet Super B with 383 cubes of standard V8. A wild new way to get Dodge Fever.
Dodge is turning up the fever now. Get your cure for a new Dodge Fever now.
Dodge Fever at your Dodge dealer.
Commissioner Eckert has announced that sluggers Ken Harrelson and Ernie Banks will head up a delegation of major leaguers who will tour Vietnam service bases in November. Upon arrival in Vietnam, the group will split into 2 units to enable them to visit as many outposts as possible. Other major leaguers on the trip are players Ron Sabota, Larry Jackson, and Pete Riker. Cardinal General Manager Bing Devine and Public Relations Director Al Fleischman will accompany the players. Ron Davis to lead off in the 7th inning for the Cardinals. Ron's 0 for 2. He's tapped to the pitcher and flied to center field. Tries to bunt, but he fouled it back. 1 strike. 3 runs on 6 hits and no errors for the Cardinals. The Tigers have 2 runs, 5 hits, and they've committed 1 error. Mickey Lolich getting ready. The pitch to Davis is in the dirt. 1 ball and 1 strike. Got him on a curve. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Oh, might have been too low. Lolich has been tough since the 1st inning. Cardinals touched him for a double by Brock, a single by Flood, and a home run off the bat of Cepeda for their 3 runs. Since then, he's blanked them. Down low, he tried to get him to go fishing again. 2-2 to Davis. He'll be followed by Maxwell, and then the pitcher, Nelson Browse. A 2-2 pitch. Foul back of the plate. This may be out of play. Freehand chasing it. It's going to be back in the crowd. Still a ball 2 and a strike 2 count. Tigers had a big shot at Briles. In the 6th inning, they loaded the bases with 2 outs. Freehand bounced to the shortstop. Here's Dow Maxwell in the on-deck circle. The 2-2 pitch coming up to Davis. Outside, and it's 3-2. The payoff pitch coming up. He struck it. Davis went for the high fastball and he struck out. Number 6 in the strikeout department for Lolich today. The batter will be the shortstop, Dow Maxwell. He bounced to Stanley at shortstop in the 2nd inning, struck out in the 4th. Look out. A line shot into the upper deck. Maxwell is hitless in this World Series in 15 trips. Here's a bouncing ball that's speared by Cash. Let's see the throw to Lolich. He got him.
And here it is in slow motion. Cash, who was charged with an error earlier, makes a beautiful stab of this. Far off the bag. Now he has to turn and make a good throw to Lolich, coming along the line into the bag and just a step ahead of Maxwell. Fine fielding play.
Now, Lolich, rather Cash, Kurt, has booted a couple of balls in this series, but around the American League, he's considered one of our better fielding first basemen.
He made himself into a good one. I remember a few years ago, George, he used to have trouble over there. He worked at it.
Nelson Briles, the batter, and I believe he's hit. He is. That ball scooted up there and hit him on the foot. And I don't know how this inning's going to turn out for that, but that might be the best play that Lolich could have made. You put Bryles on there with 2 outs, and you pitch to Brock with first base occupied, rather than leading off in the next inning. I'm sure he didn't do it that way intentionally, but it has happened. So here's that man, Lou Brock. He's had a double, a single, and a double today. A perfect afternoon. 3 for 3 off the left-hander Lolich. One strike. We're in the 7th inning in Detroit, and the Cardinals lead 3-2. Brock batting at a .579 batting average in this World Series. Look out. 1 ball and 1 strike. He's had 11 hits in 19 trips to the plate. Pretty impressive credentials. Outside, ball 2 and strike 1. One thing wrong with that, this is Fred Lasher throwing in the bullpen for the Tigers. I was going to say the only thing wrong with Curt Flood's World Series record, Curt, what do you do for an encore? Hard to improve on it. Missed with a curve.
Not many leadoff men like this who can open an inning with a home run or beat out a little infield bounder. Brock.
He's been quoted as saying that that might be the reason he doesn't steal 100 bases a year. He hits a lot of doubles and triples and doesn't get the chance to steal like the fellows that would be on first base. The 3-1 pitch coming up. Got the fastball by. 3-2. A ball 3 and a strike 2 count to Lou Brock. Bryles at first will be running on this pitch. 2 outs in the 7th inning. It'll be interesting to see what Lolich throws on this 3-2 pitch. Fastball hit hard. McAuliffe, a great play. The throw, and he got him. What a play by McAuliffe.
Here it is. This one nearly ripped his glove off.
No runs in the inning, no hits, no errors, 1 left, and the score as we go into the bottom of the 7th, the Cardinals 3 and the Tigers 2.